Hello, guys. Good evening. Good afternoon. Aloha. Good morning, maybe, to some of you guys watching us later on. Um, Welcome to Chatting with Friends. It's episode 41. Your dear good friend here, Theodor, and I got my best friend, let's say, Kristyan, here with me, keeping us in touch with everything that we should know and we should find out about Flames of War and what happened. Oh boy, and it happened finally this Sunday, after like a lot of hours of waiting and waiting and waiting and waiting. We finally got the new German book, the new Bagration book, which is absolutely fantastic, or not, depending on um, how you like your Germans, let's say. If you like your Germans expensive, then alright, it's fancy, it's very nice for you. But if you like your Germans like more to earth, let's say, with the budget, then it is sometimes let's say, yeah, I don't know. We have to see. We have to see. We have a very beautiful agenda by courtesy of Kristyan right now. We got it on the screen. So today we're gonna have a brief chat of how what we did and how is my quarantine actually going, because I'm still here. I got about half a week to go. Tomorrow I'll start doing tests and hopefully I'll be negative. I think this is one of the few times in life when you want to be negative, because otherwise I'm all for all the positive, positive, be positive in your life. But now with the COVID, yeah, not so much. Then of course, main event. We're gonna talk about the new Bagration book. We're gonna look over command cards. We're gonna look over some command cards issues. And oh boy, there are so many issues. We're gonna look over some lists and see what kind of lists uh, we can like bring forward, and what fancies me, what fancies Kristyan to play. I'm really looking forward to see his view and his point about that. Um, I will also like to see if we're gonna see some new meta. I'm curious to see if Kristyan has an opinion about that. I don't think we'll see a new meta. I'll just think, and I'm sure we're going to see the same book, the same list, defensive list played. So not Greyhounds anymore, but no NCOs. So that'll be the favorite card for everybody that wants to play defensive. I actually have the best list I could have, came up with from this new book. It's actually one of these formations that has the no NCO card for it. And hello Helge, hello Patrick. Also hello to the guys from school watching us, guys. I'm happy you're here with us in the chat. Please stick to English and refer only to like our subjects of discussion. No problem if you want to find out anything about it. Just ask politely and we'll answer. Then we have an anecdote with the Norwegian commando. What is that all about, Kristyan?
Yeah, I can give a small cliffhanger, but it's about some Norwegians that were sent to Norway after having trained in England. They had a special task that they needed to perform in Norway, and it went terribly wrong. So I'm going to tell you guys about that tonight's anecdote time.
All right. So, Kristyan, how are you? What's up with you? How did you find the? Hello, gents. Hello to everybody joining in. Um Helge already is hot on the subject. I've seen his Facebook post, and I also got involved in a brief discussion with Wayne and the guys from Battlefront. Hello, modeling for adventure. Good to have you with us. So, guys, basically, um, Kristyan, tell me what's your impression? Did you wait for the live stream? Were you surprised when they said that Bagration is live on Forces and it wasn't for like 4 hours or something like that?
Yeah, the thing is, prior to watching Battlefront's release, I know they are a small company, but I watched a new release video on Twitch from Games Workshop, and in comparison, I know they have a bigger budget, but in comparison to what they did with their live stream, I thought that Wayne actually didn't, seem prepared to go live
Yeah,
regarding both the questions and the new units in the book. And I don't understand why, if he wasn't the game designer of that particular book, that he was tasked to do it. And here on Chatting with Friends, we are not in the pockets of anybody, so we'll just say our our opinion.
exactly.
And the thing is, to me, it was like, first of all, these guys have been, delaying this release for quite some time, and I know COVID is a thing, but still, with all that time that they postponed it, they should have had time to like prepare a script and which questions they wanted to answer, and also the likely questions that would be, asked about the new book. So all in all, I thought that the live stream was a really poor experience. And I think they should. I don't know if they. I said to the guys on the Danish ETC team that they should perhaps try and ask somebody from the community, like,
Like us.
would you like to be a freelance guy,
Yeah, and help
part-time
us
job
out.
for
Help us out.
Battlefront,
Yeah.
or like hire a guy, a student guy that is like, I don't know, wanting a job on the side meanwhile he's studying or something, that is into, Battlefront's games, and then have him, you know, prepare stuff like that. A guy that studies media science or what do I know, but it was just like such a bad show they did, in my
It was
humble opinion.
it was actually it wasn't a show, and maybe people were expecting it to be a show. I was actually quite expecting to be a much longer Q&A with Wayne because that was the main event. So the idea was that they presented. Yeah, it didn't miss anything. It didn't miss anything. So they presented the like a chart with everything that will go on in the event, with the launch event and with everything. First of all, when they announced the event, they posted some weird, very weird hours. So I didn't get if it's gonna be. I mean, it was on the 22nd for them in New Zealand, and for us it was on the 21st. So basically, when they said 21st 3 a.m., it was actually 22nd 3 a.m. or something like that, 8 a.m. or I don't know. So basically, everybody was like, when is this going to happen? Is 21st of Australia? Uh, yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, it was like, it's just, I just thought that, okay, I know everything has been postponed, but hey, if you want to really, get this brand out, and you really want to sell some books, some, I don't know, lists on forces, or like if you want to sell your models, be a bit more enthusiastic about it. Like, prepare your
Exactly.
stuff. You're a company. Like, we do this in our spare time, and we don't get a dime for it, and we don't have to like
Especially.
sell anything other than what our opinions are to
Exactly.
people. And
Especially with the fact that from how I perceive the community right now in the online environment, the thing started to be much more interactive. Let's say. I mean, I've started seeing a lot of channels coming up. A lot of people posting, like battle reports and posting different games they're trying and things like this. So actually, the community is hooking up to version 4. It's hooking up to what they are doing, and it will be quite a shame to have a release like this where actually I mean, I've seen better battle reports. I mean, putting out the show that I'm not talking
Yeah, yeah,
about
yeah, yeah.
I'm not talking about our live stream, let's say, where we interact with our listeners. Okay, we have like 10, 12, 20 viewers maximum, let's say, on our live stream, so it's much easier to interact with people. On their live stream there were about 90 people, so right. But then you have people watching your chat and getting all the
Yeah, moderator. Yeah.
yeah, a moderator that gets all the info. So model gaming, they didn't show any header sprues because they are due to come in April, and you cannot make the Panzer 38T. Unfortunately, you can make the Marder instead of that. The Marder 4 or 3. Which one is this last one?
Say again, Theo. Sorry, I was
Which
just.
Marder is the last version that you can make with the header?
I think it's the version 3.
Version 3. Yeah, I think that's the version also. And
Like with front armor 2 on the
yeah,
Marder.
exactly. So basically, I'm not saying the only problem is that Wayne came to this Q&A. I mean, the articles they posted on the website, they were very nice. We already seen some cards. They showed some cards. They showed some information of what lists you can make, and various writers from their studio tried to give us like information about, you know,
Yeah.
how the new formations will work and what was the philosophy behind it. Personally, in our community, everybody is saying that this new book it's actually a copy paste of the D-Day book with some hetzers and some Panzer IVs. I'm not totally agreeing with them. I say that it's actually an upgrade to the D-Day book in terms of that now you can have fearless forces that you could not have in your D-Day book. So basically, it's an upgrade for everybody, and
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah. I totally agree to you. But if you could bring up the slides I sent you, then I think we should jump ahead to the issues with the command cards.
to the issue
And
with
I
the
know.
command cards. First of all, I will get into that, and I will
Yeah.
get into these issues. Let me go. So, modeling. You're asking us if it is the same hull. Yeah, it's the same hull with the 38T, but unfortunately, they're not gonna give. I think the 38T will be early war uh, model probably that they will introduce when they will start working on the early war things. That is in 2024,
Yeah.
from what I understood from their live,
Yeah, yeah. But if you want a 38T, there's a lot of alternative companies like Skytrix or Fortress in Battle, or I think it's this UK
uh,
company. I can't recall
plastic
what
toy
they.
soldiers or something like that. Plastic
Yeah,
soldiers.
Plastic Toys. Yeah, yeah,
Plastic
Plastic
soldier.
Soldiers.
Yeah.
Yeah, company does have them, and then also I think they're called Quick Reaction Force. Dot UK. Dot co. I think they also have a lot of beautiful models. Most of them are like resin or uh, partly printed.
Exactly.
Most of them are resin. So, and I like my models to be a bit heavier, so they feel like a gaming piece, uh, and it doesn't break that easy. But
Ex-
yeah, but eventually they
exactly.
will come.
All right. So, guys, let's dig into the book because we don't have a lot of time. We need to see how it goes. I'm presenting right now, Kristyan, the new Bagration book. Ta-da-da! There it is. First issue we had was buying this book. So buying this book on Forces, it was a nightmare because when you're trying to do that, let me go back and show you guys what you gonna get. What I don't have Soviets. Yeah. Let me show you guys. Let me show you guys how it looks. I have Soviets. Since when? All right. Yeah. So purchase. All right. When you go to purchase, look what you have to scroll through. And I think everybody watching this already went through picking out, you know, each individual formation from this absolutely wonderful list of formation. All right, I understand it's a marketing thing. What I would do is basically click everything from up to down and get all the lists that I need and just click buy, because yeah, it's gonna be about 50 or maybe top $80 to buy all the books that you can find in these forces.
Yeah. You mean the entire collection of
Exact,
armies?
exactly.
It's not if you want to buy the total amount of lists for Bagration German version. I think, and then it's going to be like 15 or 12 US dollars.
Yeah, I mean this it was $11 to buy the entire Bagration thing, so it was a cheap thing, very nice. These are the new formations. You can see them on the screen right now, and basically, um, what's new is the Storm Grenadier, the Grenadier company, which is a good thing. Too bad it has so few options. I mean, you can upgrade the Panzer Grenadiers, you can upgrade the Armored Panzer Grenadiers, the Reconnaissance Company, like what you have in a D-Day already, but you cannot do any upgrades for the Grenadier Company, or you cannot downgrade them, or you cannot do like crazy things you can do with the other companies. Then the Storm Grenadier company, it's also a company, a new company that I don't see the point. I mean, they don't have anything special. They are just regular infantry that can have two slots of anti-tank of Pack 40s. This is the only. I mean, Kristyan, contradict me if you think it's.
But I'm just thinking that like we often saw in version 3 also, like 7 stands of German infantry with no vehicles attached was also overpriced in version 3. And I think that if you just have plain guys with nothing else like rifle MG or or as they are here like MG teams, I think they are too expensive. And this is the exact reason why you never see these guys fielded, because if you just have an expensive unit, how much is it? 11 points
Yes.
for 7 stands, and then you have to buy additional stuff for them and upgrade them, and it quickly becomes very expensive, and they are defenseless against. I would love to play against a guy that are fielding an infantry list made out of Storm Grenadiers, because it's so expensive in comparison to what you get. And I think they're overpriced. Like back in the day, I can't recall how much. I think it was 180 or 90 points for 7 Grenadier stands in the old days, and now it's 11 points. You can get fearless veterans, let's say, fearless, careful British paratroopers for
For
the same amount of
for the same
points.
amount of points, and I think they are more.
Yeah, they are 8 stands
They are 8 stands. So
if you buy an additional Piat.
okay, they don't have MGs. Point taken,
No,
Helge. They don't have MGs, but who's using those MGs?
when you can buy a Panzergrenadier company and get vehicles full of MGs, like you can just ignore those MGs and then use all kinds of artillery and assault vehicles on them,
So
and they'll die.
for this money, you can actually buy 5 SS scout platoons. So for one platoon, you can buy 5 SS. You can buy a core SS of scouts cars, which is, I'm telling you, more MGs than these 7 guys.
Yeah, they have a, as Helge is saying, they have a Panzerfaust integrated in them, but still, I would never
Yeah,
go for
all
this.
right. They have the Panzerschreck. They have. I mean, the problem is with the Storm Grenadier, guys, is that it's not something new. I really liked what they did with the Grenadier force. Let me go back, which is actually the Grenadier company. It's actually their good. It's a good list, being that they are currently they are rifle MGs. So basically, they have a lower rate of fire. They can take also 2 Panzerschrecks, yeah, and they are only 9 points. So they are 2 points cheaper than the regular MG guys. And
Yeah,
actually, what I like about them, it's also that they have almost everything you need
yeah,
for an infantry. The problem
yeah.
is
I'll bring those. I'll bring those, but not the Stormtroopers.
exactly the problem with these guys is you don't have cards, because what's really special about these books, and this is what we have to understand, and everybody is sometimes saying, like we're saying here, it's a copy paste book. All right, it might be a copy paste book in certain, yeah, I mean, like this, there are some cards that look the same. Okay, we have the basic cards that everybody, all the Germans have them, let's say. But then these guys, I mean, they could have got some upgrades or downgrades. The only downgrade you can have is this Grenadier Company von Zauken, Reserve Grenadier,
Yeah.
uh,
And
which is from my point of view, it's a very bad downgrade for them. All right, I mean, it's -2 points for them, but they will be hit on 3+, and they are skill green. So basically, that Panzerfaust, it's 0 now.
yeah,
Hitting
it won't hit anything.
hitting on a 5+. I mean, I'm playing Americans. I'm playing bazookas. I'm not hitting anything with those bazookas. Yeah. So
And you want that Faust or that Shrek to work in clutch moments. And with 5+, like, it's more luck than skill if you repel an assault. Like, I wouldn't be scared of assaulting those guys with Churchills.
exactly. Also, the other downgrade card, as Helge is pointing out, is the 20 SS Volunteer Grenadier Division. This, it's a little bit better in terms that it makes them fearless, and they are trained now. They are not green, and they're aggressive, and it's -1 point. And I could say this could be a good downgrade to have with them. But again, that Grenadier force, I will only use it in defensive um, positions, let's say.
Yeah,
And that aggressive 3+ makes them unusable, because they'll get ripped apart by artillery.
yeah. And the thing is, I like the Sperrverband card more. We've been talking a lot about it on the Danish ETC team. That finally the Germans get some, let's say, free units on the table.
All right, so guys, this is how this card looks right now. Uh, they changed this actually during the event, the release event, because Helge pointed out at a point a very good thing. I will bring now. I will bring now on the screen. All right, I have to switch. All right, and this is how it used to look. Yeah, this is how it used to look before the downgrade. So it was basically a card that you could take as you take the FFAI or the FTP for the Americans. Yeah, you can take an unlimited amount of this card. What Helge pointed out, and I think this is what created a bit of misunderstanding, let's say. Helge pointed out that, hey, Helge, contradict me if I got it wrong, or tell me you should stop. Yeah. Helge said, hey, it's a 0 point card, and I can choose it for like as many times, but I cannot pick, so I cannot put into forces. I mean, to select one of these platoons to have it in forces as a cost, because the FFAI and the FTP have costs. You can put upgrades on your infantry, and that card point rises, and then you have it in forces. And
Yep.
from what I understood from Helge, we didn't have this possibility right here. We couldn't select a platoon. I mean, you can select from the support. Yeah, you can select
Yeah.
a platoon of 1 second. You can select a platoon of Panzergrenadiers and put them from support, and let's say the points cost for them you'll have it there, and then you select the card. But the problem was that you have total cards, so you could have selected more, and then you can only select one platoon. What, am I right, Helge or Kristyan? If you know the issue better than me.
Yeah. The thing was that that Wayne said that you can only have one platoon made up of spare verband. So you could only buy one platoon that you could have for free. But what they asked about was that could you make it like into a let's say you wanted two platoons to be on the table,
Yeah,
like as
and
part of
what did our good friends do? They just nerfed the book. They nerfed the card. They just, you can just take one platoon of this von Zakon Spielverband, and they didn't even give it a cost. So basically, it's still a zero card. You still have to buy that platoon to have it as a support. And hello, Soren and everybody joining us in. Then, you know, what's up with
yeah,
these guys?
but the thing is like again, it had so long time to prepare this, and the book has already been printed. You know, they just couldn't release it, as I understood. But the command cards, like, they're not even part of the book. Why can't they just solve issues like this? They've had it with, like, what is a title? What is a formation? What is blah 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 blah? I
Yeah,
don't understand why they don't make a flow chart or like
and,
send this out to some testing. Like, they know the community has bright minds all over the place. Just like have some test people, attached to the development of the stuff. I understand that it's their product and they want to like create all the rules, and of course they should, but send it out to like some specific people that can keep their mouths shut and review these things and get some feedback, get some new set of eyes on it, so you won't have these issues like on release. I thought like when the release date came and they pronounced that now it is live, I just thought, okay, here we go again. And now Facebook is going to be full of, contradicting stuff. And Phil is like trying to explain stuff and Wayne saying something else. And it's like, why can't you solve these issues? And it's frustrating, especially if you're a new player. Like, how should these people ever like try to build a list and understand the rules? Like, why can't you just make a flow chart just like CERN created? Why don't they have that like in Lessons from the Front with examples? And why don't they send it out for testing
exactly,
beforehand?
exactly.
It's like, I don't understand it, because when you buy stuff from Warlord Games, when I play Bold Action, you can see in each book, like in
They have FAQs for.
yeah, they have FAQs, but they also in the prologue of the book, like all the creators of the book is mentioned, and then they also send out a gratitude, like in the prologue of the book
for players
about
to contribute. Yeah, yeah.
yeah, they
So
tested the stuff out.
what I wanted to show out. So this is the Kampfgruppe card, yeah, as it was initially, and this is how the FFAI platoon looks card. The card looks, yeah. So basically, you can choose a command card, yeah, 6 points, and you can have bazooka and everything in that, yeah. I see now that you cannot choose this card anymore more than once.
No.
Uh-oh. Did we get a nerf here?
Yeah.
Ha!
So the already stretched Americans can't get.
Oh, but they left the FTP. So the FTP card, you can take 20 FTP platoons.
Yeah.
What the
Bring that
fuck?
to the ATC. Just like plaster your entire deployment zone with infantry. Good luck digging through those.
What is this all about? What is this all about, guys? I mean, what is Battlefront doing? So basically, you can. I mean, they nerfed the FFEI. Tell me, guys, if the FFEI, if the FFAI, you could have taken more cards because I mean, I was sure that you could take more FFAI platoons, like you can take here more FTP platoons, because they forgot to do this. Don't tell them, please. Don't write on Facebook. All right? I need the FTP. I like the FTP. I play the FTP. All right? Yeah, yeah, Scott. We agree with. I mean, I agree with you. Helge might not agree with you, or other people like our good friend Lud, who's a big fan of the FFAI and the FTP platoons. They might not agree with you. They might want these platoons to be able to fill them, and I don't know what to say about it. I mean, I haven't met anybody playing this until now. I mean, except Lud, who had only one platoon
Oh,
of
we,
these
we,
guys.
we tested it a lot on the Danish CTC team, and they're quite nice if you use them aggressively, actually, as blockers. Like, let's say, of his route of advance,
All
send
right.
out 1, 2 stands of infantry that he has to deal with, or like use them for offensive stuff, try and make an assault, stuff like that. Because they're so cheap, and they're an annoyance like for the opposite player. Like if you can block stuff, remember the tank still needs to keep 5 centimeters distance from those infantry stands. So they are really nice as a blocking force if you use them proactively.
All right. The British FTP card is also nerfed. Is the FFAI not nerfed? It's nerfed also. So they forgot about the US FTP. Shh, don't tell them. Guys, Battlefront guys, please. I mean, maybe you're not watching our stream because, yeah, who knows. But we're here to pick brains. We know people in the community. We already getting information from everybody about these books, and we're kind of, let's say, I don't want to brag, but we're kind of the top level players of this game. So basically, if you want somebody to find out any glitches in your game, we'll probably be the bunch to find that. The Brits was always limited. I didn't knew that, Soren. All right. I thought that you can take unlimited for them also, but yeah, if it is limited, then it's okay. Uh, they should be limited in this case. Yeah, everybody should be limited, and not that everybody should, spam unlimited FTP platoons uh, just to have no reserves. Let's say, because what actually the rule says is that how they said it, because I would not discuss it like that, but they said you have 60 points of your force, and what's over that, if they are all FTP platoons, for example, they count as 0 points for reserves.
Yeah, 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 yeah. But despite all of this, all these issues, I think it's nice that like every army now has the option to field, let's say, 3 units on the table.
Yeah,
Um, so it's fair for everybody. But
yeah,
then again, it becomes more and more of a chess game. Like you can, like most of the time, build similar stuff in each army with small variations.
exactly.
I know the Germans have like heavy front armor tanks. The Russians have their aggressive infantry. The Brits have their Achilles and Arrows, and the US, well, now they only have the FTP platoons.
Yeah, which is actually OP.
Yeah, yeah,
So
yeah. It's
so
good. It's good.
Scott is saying that the Soviets don't have this kind of feature, don't they? I have a big crush on the Soviets right now.
Yeah. Okay, but should we try and review the cards for Bagration, the command cards?
Yes, 1 second. They have something that is much better than everything. The decoy card, the only Panther formation you can actually play.
Yeah, and let's not start RPG 6.
Yeah,
Like
yeah, 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 yeah.
we leave it with that.
I don't
They
wanna
have enough.
I don't wanna go there. I don't wanna go there. I mean, the RPG 6. That's the main reason I will start playing infantry, Russian infantry. Yeah.
You know what, Theo? At DTC, I think I'm gonna bring you an RPG 6 card and frame it, and you can have it next to you, like in a big version.
All right. So Bagration books. Do we have anything? So this, no. Then it's yeah. So let's talk about the Bagration cards. Basically, top player. These are like the Pioneer platoon, the Panzer Pioneer platoon. The only good thing, and it's quite nice, is the Stukatsufus
Yeah,
option.
and you know what, Theo? I just bought some Stukas Fus, like when I saw, I think it was um, No Dice No Glory or Breakthrough Assault that made a review
Yes,
of the book, and I found a guy selling his
Stukatsufus.
Stukas Fus in the blister packs,
All right.
not even opened, brand new. And I want to feel Stukas Fus. I think it's nice that you can have uh, a Nebelwerfer that is like one shot only. I know, but still it's armored, and it's possible for you to keep your infantry in and move them, around the battlefield, and then you just have this ace up your sleeve that when you want to set in the assault, you can use this salvo card and hit as much as possible.
All right.
Especially with the anti-tank free rating is really nice.
All right.
Let's
This,
say
this
you play against a lot of armored car spam from the UK guys with Daimlers and universal carriers or German scout cars or little Russian tanks and stuff like that, like the T-70. You have this big salvo with anti-tank free firepower 2 plus, so you want to kill stuff, or you're
yes.
gonna kill stuff.
1 second. 1 second. You're paying 6 points. Let me remind you, it's not 5 points because you have to upgrade. You first
Oh yeah,
have
yeah,
to
okay,
upgrade.
okay.
So you're paying 6 points. So basically, it's 17 points to have one template of 3 2 plus. What can you buy with 17 points? Hmm.
Yeah, you could get some. You could buy some regular Nebelwerfers.
Let's
Uh,
see if you can. Let's see if you can buy a Hummel. It's 12 points.
yeah, but you want a platoon as well that can move about and be safe in their vehicles and cross minefields easily.
1 second. And then 7 points. So that's 19 points, right?
Mhm.
So that's only 2 points more, and you have two platoons. What I
Yeah, but
what I want to say is also you get another benefit, which is repeat bombardment, which is the most important feature of an artillery in this version 4 game. Um, okay, your point, Kristyan. You say it's a good option.
I want to test it out for sure. I'm not sure that it's something that is like gonna be meta defining. I just think it's nice that you have the option to get one nice salvo in. And I know the distance, as Helly is saying, the friendly fire zone of 10 centimeters is like 20 with salvo weapons, as I recall. But I just think it's nice, and I like the firepower, and I like the anti-tank value, especially with all the little cars you can get on the template, like
Uh,
both.
so, Kristyan, I very much agree with you. It's a fluff thing. It's very nice to have. I will also try it out, not in an official game, just maybe, having fun with somebody, playing with a new guy, let's say, and let's see how the Stukatsufus does. Because what will happen is you will try to range in this one time bombardment, and you'll succeed in your last attempt. And you'll be hitting things on sixes under that huge template, alright? You'll be hitting things on sixes. And that's it. And that's 6 points.
Yeah, but it's like I'm not saying that this is like one Wunderwaffe that is gonna kill everything. I'm just saying that you can have it on your vehicles, so you have more of a Swiss knife. You can also use it as an opening salvo. And you know from the ETC that the tables, most of them, don't have that much terrain on them.
Right.
And I think it's possible to place it in such a fashion that, yeah, you might hit them on 4 plus 20, let's say, or 5 plus. But then again, you get the vehicles alongside it, and you get the pioneers that can cross minefields easier.
Yeah, that's
So
good. That,
as an assault option, I think it's really nice. And let's say reserve wise, it's easier to have it in reserve and then bring it forth
I
or
person
start with on the table.
I personally really like this 30 centimeters Nebel Werfers, and it's 3 points to upgrade the normal Nebel Werfers. All right, you only have 3 shots, so only three times you can fire uh, this
Yeah, the big load.
artillery.
Yeah, yeah.
What I don't understand is that you just have 3 times and then they're useless. Because
Yeah,
if this is the case, then it's worthless. I would not.
because like no, Joe. It like in the old days they had this salvo token that you had to place next to them when they were firing, because it's just like the land matrices. It took time to reload them, so you needed one turn to reload them.
All right, yeah. So, yeah, thank you, Helge. Kristyan, your captain is saying you will never use two Katsufus in a tournament.
No. I know. But Hilly, he used to love him, but as soon as he's like in version 3.5, since fourth he's been hating them. And I'm trying, just like with Søren and his Panthers. I want to try it out for my Fallschirmjäger army. I want to bring him and I want to kill stuff with it.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And
Yeah.
but yeah, I think also like in extreme competitive play at the ETC, it's still too much of a like loose cannon to see whether it's going to work or not. But
Yeah.
I think it's some of the like, because this is a
It's too
new
much.
card.
I think it's too much value on one infantry. So it will make your infantry, your let's say four SDKFZ full armored Panzergrenadiers will make them 20 points,
Yeah,
and
yeah, yeah.
that is extremely expensive. 20% of your force in one unit that can get obliterated by a airplane. You know, because we all know that the death of SDKFZs is the airplane. Yeah. Yeah, Soren, I know. I think the 21 centimeter, it's a better option for the Nebel warfares, upgrading that firepower to 3 plus. It will
Yeah.
definitely hit a lot of times, and it will probably kill more. I will let this heavy tank hunter battalion, for the formation revision, because that it is. We have a looted T-34. It's 4 points for a T-34-85. I really know Helge likes to have this kind of features in his army, so probably he will very much take this and have fun and harass his opponents with this. Um, they are independent, so they cannot contest objectives and stuff like that. You also have the Su-85, and here you get to the first thing. I mean, okay, they're careful, they're veteran, and they are 8 points. So if you would
Yeah.
like to take your chances and do maybe a shoot and scoot or try a blitz, because you cannot use stormtrooper on these guys.
But think about it in this fashion. I think there's something about if you have deep armored reserves, due
Uh,
to the fact that they are independent,
they don't count. Yes, they can be on the
don't
table.
count.
Yeah.
So you can keep them on the table. So in that regard, I think they're really nice. That if you have an independent tank, or like as here 3 tanks, you can start with them in a case where you have to defend, let's say, in a city situation where you can only have one unit with front armor 3 or more on the table. You're allowed to have your T-34s, and that's
Exact.
a nice feature.
Exactly. I think we might be on the point of discovering another issue with these cards, because as Scott is pointing out, The stats are up. I watched the stats on the card, and the stats are upstairs. Confident, 4 plus, skilled, trained, which is actually the same as the T3485, and they're aggressive, the same as the T3485, and still they were 1 point more. I would like to go, with your permission, to the Soviet book and see how many points is a Su-85 there, because I think that they did a mistake here. No, they didn't, because it's 5 n plus to this, having the fearless stats and careful and everything. So basically, yeah, all right, it's 525, something like that, 533 or something like that, for the points cost in a Soviet list. I don't know why they're more expensive. Take the T-3485 if you want to have a Soviet tank with you. Uh,
Yeah, and as Helge is saying, this is something that they've been doing a lot back in the day at Danish tournaments. Like if you have the looted Firefly in your German D-Day book, you can do the same with the T-34s. Like keep your panther near, sorry, not your panther, your elephant near or your tiger, and then mistakenly target the heavy hits on
yeah,
that one.
thank you, Helge. This is a good tip. I will try it out. Try it out. I will try it out. It's very good tip.
Helge, remember Tio is gonna play against us with PTC. Don't give him too much.
Yeah, I usually use my HQ to misdirect shots on them because they are more. So basically,
Yeah, but this is like we wanna, and that's cool that people are interacting on a chat. Keep it up, guys. It's awesome.
exactly,
And here
exactly,
you can speak your mind as long as you do it in a noble fashion and
exactly.
share tips and tricks.
Tips and
That's
tricks with
what the chat is all about.
exactly. So we have a security platoon, and I was like, yes, security platoon. I'm gonna get 3 or 4 T-3485s, and yeah, I'll be like, all the Russians are playing the Panthers. Maybe now the Germans will play the T-34. No, this is just the T-34 76, which is overworked, which is 11 points for 4 tanks. Still aggressive, still tactics 5 plus. So what?
Yeah, but what do you pay? What do you pay for three or four pens or four SS? I think we still have some.
13 points. 13 points you pay for
Yeah.
three Panzer 4SS, but they are anti 80. 8011, and their tactics is 4 plus, is not 5 plus like in
Yeah, but
this.
they're faster. They're faster too, and I also think that
They're
what is it with the cross? Don't they cross better than Panzer fours at
they
certain
cross
point?
better, they are faster, but they are overworked and they're 89. So basically, you're not killing Panzer Force with this, but Panzer
No,
Force
no,
will kill you.
but in the little car spam meta, you know, we are trying to break the meta here.
Yeah, we're trying to
Like
break. We're trying to break the meta, and I totally agree with you. But I don't think these are the meta breakers. Let's say what will break the little cars. So that's 11 points. Remember, where are they? Where are they?
yes,
Yeah,
yeah, for sure, Scott. Um, Sometimes I might overthink it,
yeah.
but I'm always trying.
This also, but I think the quad it's much better to kill. So basically, you have three. That's nine, rough nine if you're stationary, shooting at those pesky bastards. Otherwise, with those not stationary, so moving, you have nine. With those pants, with those T-34s, you'll have 3 shots. Overworked? No, you're not gonna kill cars with those.
No, but let Theo, they have a chance. You cannot hurt them with Daimlers. You cannot hurt them with M20 Scout cars or
All right, yeah,
yeah, and all the little carriers and stuff, and they can just plug it off. And then you can go hunting all of the artillery or mortars or yeah.
Yeah, 11 points. I think how can I say it? In a German list, things are so expensive that you don't. I mean, it's not like in a British list where you say, "Yeah, I'll just throw in two carrier platoons just to go harass the artillery," because you can do that. It's 4 points. In a German list, it's 6 points to have two scout things and trying to go over and hunt the artillery, and 6 points is much more than four. And in a German list, every point counts, especially now when they got everything so expensive. So we have Kampfgruppe Kastner, which is actually a grenadier company, and I don't think I'll ever use this because grenadiers are not made for assaults, and you should not play grenadiers. This is for all the new players. You should not play grenadiers in attacks, trying to attack with them. Don't do that. It's not gonna work.
I'm gonna empty them to shreds, and especially like if you're at a big tournament, the like we're gonna later in the show we're gonna show you the my friend Jens's terrain building stuff, but you won't see terrain like that in your regular tournament play. And there might be two houses, some fields, a wood, and some hedge lines
Yeah.
or hedgerows, and your infantry, where are you gonna hide them? They're just gonna get emptied to death nowadays when everything just have a MG3 and can shoot 360.
All right.
Some of it is forward firing, I know, but like every little car, every little unit has some sort of MG that can fire 360. So don't bring him for assault. If you want to defend, yes.
Yes, exactly. All right. So replace an armored Panzer Grenadier. This is 4th Panzer Division Kampfgruppe. Replace the armored Panzer Grenadier platoon in this formation with a Grenadier platoon or a Panzer Grenadier platoon. Uh, it's a 0 point card. You can take multiple selections of this card. Basically, what it allows you to do is when you're fielding a Panther or a Panzer IV formation, it allows you to downgrade your armored Panzer Grenadiers that come as part of this formation to being Grenadiers. So basically, jumping down from 14 points to 9 points. So it's a 5 points reduction, which is actually a Panzer IV if you think about it. I would not take this card only for the sole thing that it's a title card. So basically, if you take this, you cannot take any other upgrade for your formation, and that sucks. It's not a good upgrade or downgrade. Let's say it doesn't do that much for your formation. Then you have the 16th Panzer Division rebuild, which is any tank or Panzer Grenadier company. So Panzer Grenadier, any Panzer Grenadier company, that also affects armored Panzer Grenadiers. Basically, it gives you tactics of 4 plus. We have seen this rebuild also in the D-Day book. I don't know.
Yep.
It's also a titled book. I don't know if I will take this. It's 1 point that basically, yeah, makes your infantry a little bit dumb. But you don't. It's a good thing. It's a good thing to have for your infantry. If you are short on points and you need like 6 or 5 points that you can get from this.
Søren just pointed out, as I also we've been chatting about in the actual chat on the show, is that independent teams does count towards deep armored reserves. It was back in V3, and my mind is sometimes mixing stuff up because I've been playing both versions for so long now.
But you can miss
but observers, you can have your observers on the battlefield. They do not count towards.
Yeah.
So I can't remember if the Americans still can get a German observer tank with one shot.
Yes, yes, it does. It does.
Yeah.
Patrick, thank you very much for sticking with us. Be sure to send me in some pictures because you have my WhatsApp, and send me some pictures from that gameplay. Maybe we can put it here. He's having a game actually. I envy him. He's having a game right now, and yeah, keep us up to date with how your armor Panzer Grenadiers are doing. We're gonna get to that. We have the Panzer Division No Respite. 19th Panzer Division No Respite. It's actually what it makes the last stand 5 plus for Panthers, Panzer Force, or any Panzer Grenadier company. So basically, a last stand of 5 plus. I will not recommend it on a tank formation at all. You can have it maybe on a infantry formation, but that's to your liking. I think this is a bigger handicap than having your infantry with tactics 4 plus and hitting on 3 plus in assaults. So don't take this if you want to play tanks, and I don't advise you to take it for your infantry because the rebuild card is much better for infantry and it does the same thing. I mean, it reduces one point. This is the star from my point of view, the star card that you can have and you can take for your infantry, any Panzer Grenadier company. So basically, you can take this for the Panzer Grenadiers and for the Armor Panzer Grenadiers. You cannot take it for the reconnaissance guys, or can you take it?
No,
Let me
can't.
let me check what are they called if they are reconnaissance. No, this is reconnaissance company. So Panzer Grenadier, Armor Panzer Grenadiers, and that's it. So only for these two formations, and of course for the Panzers, I think. Any tank. Yeah. So I had a debate with a colleague of mine. He wanted no, it's any Panzer Grenadier, so it's only for the infantry. It's not for the
Yeah,
tanks.
yeah, 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 yeah. We've been chatting about this card as well on the Danish team, and came to the same conclusion.
What?
It is a good card.
It is a good card. I have a nice
You
list.
see it used a lot.
I have a nice list, and you'll see it. The good thing, I mean, the good thing is that you keep your last stand of 3 plus compared to the Greyhounds that had 5 plus, and they were quite of, if you took those little platoons of 2 MGs, 2 mortars, or stuff like that, one of your mortar died, it was absolutely the other one was gonna go. Now you have a 3 plus that he will stick around, so basically it's good. The counter attack, it's a little bit, let's say, not so great because it could backfire. So basically, these guys will not stay in assaults. You will have to take a defensive position, knowing that you're going to lose your first assault. So basically, just keep everybody away in front of your objective and not on your objective or behind the objective, because your opponent could drive you off the objective from the first assault. We have the 20th SS Volunteer Grenadier Estonians. We talked about these guys. It's a fluff card. Now, the main reason for this book, in my perception, is the existence of this 3rd and 5th SS Panzer Division upgrade that you can take for Panthers, Panzer Force, Stugs, Panzer Grenadiers, heavy weapons in these platoons, in these formations, heavy SP, heavy weapons, support, gun support, artillery, tank hunters, and you can have everything. It's exactly the same as with the 9th SS upgrade, and I particularly like the fact that they now it's actually with this book it's actually less expensive to have a fearless Panzer IV platoon, for example, than it used to be with the SS book. So with the SS
Mm-hmm.
book, 9th Besten Panzer IVs, 4 Panzer IVs were 26 points. With this upgrade, it's only 24 points. And what is upgrade? Why is this happening? Is because it's 1 point per 2 tanks or part thereof. So basically, for 3 tanks, for 3 Panzer IVs, it's not good because it's an uneven number, and you will have to pay 2 points for the upgrade. But for the
Mm-hmm.
4 Panzer IVs, you're also gonna pay 4 points. So it's a good upgrade, and it makes them 2 points cheaper than the best and SS. It's a good card to have if you want to put, for example, a support Panzer IV SS for your formation. You want to, I mean, you have 24 points. You have your Tigers and this is gonna be good for your list.
Yeah, for sure, for sure.
Is the SS book now basically worthless? No. I really like the SS book because it gives you the cheapest units you can field, and you can field as many as 18 Panzer IVs, for example, in a formation. I played the Panzer IV SS formation at the tournament, and it was absolutely a lot of fun. It was very nice to play it, and I encourage you guys to actually try it. It's incredibly. I mean, you're thinking, okay, I'm aggressive. I have Panzer IVs, and they can kill me. But when you're throwing 14, 16 tanks with
Yeah,
artillery,
and
reconnaissance,
with the
and some
protected ammo too. Yeah,
and also like a lot of things, you have smoke, you have infantry, you have reconnaissance, everything gets into the package, and you can throw this at your enemy, and you're fearless, and you remount on a 2+. Thank you very
yeah,
much.
but think about like this. Let's say you open with your Achilles on long range and he's concealed. You're hitting him on fives. You'll have 2.5 hit. Yeah, and you have to make your. Let's say you have 2 hits and you have to make 3+. Then there's like 2/3 chance of it. So you'll kill one and you'll bail one,
i'm saying that
basically.
i'm saying that
So it's like it's good, and especially with the protected ammo, it's it's a nice unit for sure, and it's good that the medium tanks are getting some love, in my opinion.
Yeah, Helge is saying there's still 24 points for 4 Panzer IVs. It's very expensive. I agree, it's very expensive. Always take 2 Tigers if you're not fielding a formation of Panzer IVs. I actually have a Panzer IV formation that I made a couple of. I mean, on the first night. Let me try and find it out.
Meanwhile,
Uh,
you're checking that out. Uh,
yeah, yes.
Søren is correcting himself now, and I haven't been checking up, but apparently the lessons from the front states that independent teams doesn't count towards deep scattered reserves or
I
deep reserves.
I knew that.
So
I knew that already, but as Soren is my very dear good friend, I always leave him to find out for himself. He always points out things. He always points out things to me that are true, like the smoke, the direct smoke is not blocking
yeah,
line of sight and things like that. But okay, Bagration German. Yeah, the thing with this thing.
you should clean up
No,
this.
no, I'm not gonna do that. So this is how my Panther 4 looks upgraded to veteran SS. So I have Panzer 4s from up to down with the west, with a platoon of armored Panzer Grenadiers, full platoon of armored Panzer Grenadiers, and I have about how many tanks are they? 6, 10, 12, 12 Panzer 4s that are SS. Careful. Wefs and Scouts, Lucky Card, and I have Wilhelm Benoit. If I get, for example, reserves, to be able to reroll one of these dices.
Yeah, but let me see. I was thinking.
All right. So I mean, this is one of. Oh, bless you, bless you, bless you,
Excuse
bless
me.
you. So this is how I built my Panzer. So my Panzer IV formation, which was a 16 tanks, they are now 12, but they are hit on 4+. So if you compare the numbers, you know, 16 compared to 12, it's about 20. 20. No, it's more than 20%, right? No, it's about 20%. Yeah. And if you think about the chance of being hit on a 4+ compared to being hit on a 3+, It's basically there, almost
But
there.
I was thinking in regards to that hero, I was thinking the way they've written Dietrich von Saugen, he
Yes.
used to be a very nice guy back in V3, and I still think he is.
Yeah,
So it just says formation, German warrior. So can you still field him in a
you can feel him. I actually asked this on the live launch thing, and you can feel him on anything. So any commander of your force, you can put him in, and he will give you a tactics of 2+. He will also re-roll a die for reserves, but he's 4 points. He's not 2 points. Point, you know, point taken there. I might try to find two more points for him to take him as a hero. He's much better than Benoit, because
yeah, because
Benoit.
that's why I'm thinking too. If you bring him, let's say, in a Hetzer formation,
Yes, you can put it in a headset formation, and then you counter that dreadful 4+,
tactics, yeah,
tactics. The problem is, so line of sight, yeah, so 8 inches, right? So 16 inches, you have 16 inches around him, that you can put your headsers and do stuff. I will not advise you guys to buy headsers, but we're gonna get to the formations pretty soon. So basically, all these upgrades are pretty nasty and very nice. The third and fifth SS Panzer, especially with the fact that I actually have the fifth Panzer Division dices, are those X dices that I'm using for my German forces that you guys have seen. Um, the thing with the Stug card is that it's 1 point per Stug. So it's not as with the Panzer Force. This upgrade is actually more, and probably makes the Stugs in the same point level with the Stugs in the SS book. If you make them veteran there. I don't know if for the Panther how it is for the so for the Panther it's also 1 point, which is not so good as with the Panzer Force. I hope it's not a glitch with the Panzer Force, and they will leave it like this. All right, guys, let's go further because we're getting to the juicy part. So the von Sauken Reserve Grenadiers, we already discussed about this. This is it's a card that we will take for fluff. I will take for fluff, for example, just to play, let's say, a custom game in a campaign or things like this, like you're going to see on this channel probably this weekend again with Rob, our third mission. I'm playing a very strange German list. It's also a historical list, and yeah, I would have never played that kind of list at a tournament, especially that I have to assault with it. But I'm playing Panthers. Just think about
yeah,
that.
yeah, but it's good. It's good. And we also this weekend we have a practice day with the Danish ETC team at my place. So you guys are gonna take a COVID test, and then we're gonna play it out. And I'm really looking forward to see
Nice, nice.
the
That's
new
very good.
Bagration units
That's
in
very good.
use, because we can sit here and talk meta all day, but it's still up to the player to move the units around and create
And see how it
his own
goes.
luck. Let's
Yeah,
say, yeah,
I mean, for example, with the Panzer IV SS, they're absolutely not in the meta, and I still got third in our tournament. And we're talking about at least 6 very good players, you know. And yeah, it was. I mean, okay, I played 2 of the games were against like rookies, so basically I was able to get 2 very easy wins, and then I got a draw against one of the good players, and I lost against one of the other good players. So it's not the meta list. This is how you find out it's not a meta list. Is when you play it against a very good player and you lose with it. When you lose with it, then it's not the meta. And the guy was not actually playing a meta list. He was playing, okay, he was playing
like a
RPGs.
generic list or
Yeah,
what?
no, he was playing RPGs. So I'm saying enough. So me assaulting with Panzer Force against RPGs, imagine, yeah? Me hitting on a 3+, on a 4+, he's hitting on a 2+. Guess who's gonna win the assault? Yeah, exactly. All right. So von Falcon Spielverband, very good card. Too bad it got nerfed, but still, get these guys. You can actually have a lot of fun with them. If you take, for example, the Panzergrenadier in your Panzer IV formation, let's say you put that thing where you put Panzergrenadiers instead of the armored Panzergrenadiers, you can have even fearless counterattacking guys. I
Yeah,
don't know. You know how people are.
I think the Sperverband is really nice. I
Eh,
think it's really nice.
it's okay. It's okay. Yeah. We have a Jager company which involves the rain dash and things like that. I will test it out, see if you can, like, the 10 inches for dashing, it will help a lot. It might help especially with the 16-inch deployment, because basically what this says is that uh, like, not taking part into consideration your dash terrain, you can actually dash your forces into hayfields, into forests. You can dash them 10 inches, and those 10 inches actually put you in the next turn in
You
assault.
mean follow me to dash them and then?
So no, you dash them. You have a 10-inch dash, terrain dash, compared to the 8-inch you'll have normally. So basically, you're getting 2 more inches. So you have 10 plus follow me. That's 14, and suddenly you're in 4 inches of assault of the other player. So you can assault after a follow me in the first turn.
Yeah, yeah, you can.
But no, you can't, because you're dashing. You cannot assault after dashing.
Oh yeah, then you can assault, but
But you cannot
yeah,
you can assault in the other turn.
yeah, yeah, exactly.
So
You
it's a
can
good.
you can set up the assault.
You can set up the assault exactly, and it might be a good card to have. Gebirgsjäger Company. I never had unpassable terrains or mountains or cliffs, because we're generally avoiding those, and I don't think you're gonna see this kind of terrain in
competitive play.
yeah, in a competitive play. And it's also only for the grenadiers. So basically, if you want to play like a fluff list again, very nice to have Gebirgsjägers. If you guys have your Gebirgsjägers, I really used to like those cannons that the Gebirgsjägers used to have, those recoilless things.
Yeah, that's a flick. Yeah, but it was the Fallschirmjägers that used to
Or
have it,
Flauschjägers, yeah.
which were
But
dead cheap and really good.
yeah, exactly. All right, we have mountain artillery, 7.5 centimeters mountain artillery. What this does is actually downgrading the 10.5 artillery battery as a 7.5 artillery. What? I think what they wanted to say was the 7.5 artillery as a 7.5 artillery, because I don't see why you're downgrading like a medium base to a smaller base.
Yeah, but I just think it's to reduce the punch costs of the artillery.
Yes, but it's still
But
very.
why would you bring a stationary gun when you can have wisps
Yeah,
or like mortars in half tracks? Why would you ever take this?
and then you have the 10.5 artillery, but it's also downgrade, and you don't have gun shields. I think this is a better downgrade, let's say, overall, because yeah, I think it's better. Oh, I see some
Yeah.
activity in our group. All right.
It's just that yeah, you can bring some stationary guns, but you can bring 6 points worth of mortars that are gonna kill them. Then you rather want your artillery to be in vehicles.
Exactly. Exactly. You have then Tiger Ace. We all know what Tiger Ace does. We have Franz Backe, which is actually a Panther
It's
hero.
Theo, we have to practice your German. It's Franz Beke.
Franz Backe, all right. Danke well. That was
That's
in
Dutch.
that's Dutch, exactly. It's actually a Tactics 2 Plus for everybody. It's like a little von Zauken, let's say.
Yeah.
He also has it. He's a HQ. So if you take just one panther in your formation, who takes panther formation? Oh, I know who takes panther formation. We have them in the chat with us. But he takes
Yeah.
SS panther formation. So yeah, panther formation. Uh, good evening. Good evening. We have Joseph Schreiber. Yeah, I pronounced it
Fire.
correct.
No, it's Schreiber. It's correct.
Schreiber, yeah, yeah. So in assault, this unit leader hits on a 2 plus, the unit counterattacks on a 3 plus. So finally, the Storm Grenadiers get a reason to be played. So this is for a platoon. So what this does is make it's maybe give you the possibility to take this Storm Grenadier platoon as a support thing to have for your tanks, for example. Yeah. So if you
Yeah,
want
to
to
help out, like
ex-
take out units in buildings and such.
yes, 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 Helge. France it's only for the formation. This guy it's for the platoon. So this is why they made the Storm Grenadiers. Now people at Battlefront will say, "Oh!" and maybe some other guys who like Storm Grenadiers and who were, I don't know, expecting them to come out. But this is the only reason why you take this. Now we have Von Zauken, which is actually the best card in this pack. The best card,
Yes.
the best card. We have another best card, let's say, but this is a best card because you can put it in absolutely everything. It gives you a 2 plus tactics for everything you have. What I'm actually usually doing, I'm gonna show you guys now because yeah, it's absolutely no we are friends here. We show each other secrets, and what I'm
And
doing.
and 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 the cool thing is, like, if you want to do the math about it, if you have, let's say you get your reserves on a 5 plus and you get to reroll that die, that gives you a 55% chance of making that roll, which is huge comparison to the 33% you'll get for just rolling one die. So in situations where you're defending, or like in my favorite mission, which is Dust Up, you have a tremendous advantage against your opponent because you have a
Exactly,
55% chance
exactly, and you
on
can
the
take
first turn to get your reserves, and
you
that's worth 4 points in my opinion. And then especially also with the tactics added.
exactly you can take von Zauken. How I'm taking von Zauken is actually with this list, which is a Panzer Grenadier with no with the NCO shortage card. So remember tactics 4 plus. This guy comes and gives them tactics 2 plus. So hello.
Yeah,
This
yeah,
this is how you buff your unbuff. I'm getting 18 points out of this list. So 18 points, and I'm coming on the table with the elephant. I'm coming with an ambush of 4 pack 40s, Stummels, mortars, Panzer Force, and Tigers in reserve.
yeah. And then if you're really nice, like if you're using, let's say, your Panzer Force and you're using them very delicately like a scalpel, you can do your, let's say, your blitz and your shoot and scoot on 2 plus, which is really nice.
Exactly, exactly.
So you hide them behind a house, go out on 2 plus, and then go behind the house again on a 2 plus.
on
And
your
yeah, you will roll a 1
on your
usually,
on
but
your on your little elephant. Yeah, you go with your little elephant to play, and you can do this. You can also take the hetzers as a support instead of the elephant.
yes, as I was saying, yeah,
Yeah,
use the headsets. Why do your elephant is unkillable? So I'd rather use them on your like more squishy units such as the Panzer Force, let's say, and to negate the bad tactics of the headsets of 4 plus. They become really nasty now. And you can
exactly,
hide them behind the house and take them out again, or behind like a tree line and stuff. Um, like don't try and go through the tree line with the bad crossing, but you can hide them behind the tree line and then blitz them out, shoot, and go behind the tree line again, like from the
exactly,
side. Say.
exactly,
So
exactly.
it's really nice. He's like you'll see him a lot, I think,
Von
in
Zauken,
30%.
definitely he will be in most of my Bagration book formations. Uh, Guys, a special remark here. Thank you very much, Kristyan. Probably I will take out the elephant and put in hetzers. because having 8 shots of AT11 compared to 2 shots that can be smoked or I don't know what any other things. I think 2 tigers are enough, and 2 tigers will surely come by turn 2. They're more than enough, and they're more than welcome to have on the table. This will be a competitive list from my point of view, and if you guys if you guys want to share your opinions about this, all right. Blitz the headset and you get a chance to cross, shoot and scoot, and they get another cross chance. No,
Yeah,
you
yeah.
don't put them for cross. You don't put
But
them.
don't try and cross.
Yeah, yeah. No, no. I know what he's saying. He's saying that
Yeah,
if you
exactly.
have them in the forest, you have more chances. You blitz them first, then you do the crosses for them, then you move them and do the crosses, and then you do the yeah.
For sure. For
That
sure.
that's how you do the things. What I was having this I wanted to see and check out if in this version 4 heroes also give rerolls. But this guy, it's I mean, I know that we used to have heroes that give rerolls. We don't have heroes; they don't give rerolls anymore. I think, yeah.
Rerolls in regards to what to?
To like morale and things like this.
Or just in general to everything or what?
Yeah, 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 yeah. No,
Okay.
to morale especially.
But I think, Chill, that we should conclude by looking at Autokaios and Kersia, and then we should show the next part of the show.
Exactly, exactly. ASP, I'm moving like a Thunderbird. Grenadier platoon, assault 2 plus, counterattack 3 plus. So Ludwig, he gets an extra Panzerfaust, and you pay 4 points for an extra Panzerfaust. You pay 1 point for 2 bazookas for the Russians. You know? All right,
Yeah.
this is a fluff thing. Also, it's nice. Nockel, Karl Nockel. It's for your halted panther to have. I know my good friend Soren. Maybe he wants to try it out. Wilhelm Benoit. This guy is that guy that gives you an extra reserve for your uh, reserves, and it's 2 points compared to Zauken, which is 4 points. So yeah, always take one Zauken if you can spare those 2 points and leave Benoit out. Now we just came to the good thing, the juicy thing. Otokarius, 8
Yeah.
points. Counter.
I think it's really good. I think it's good in comparison to Vidman, which is ridiculously expensive.
It is very good because you can take this guy on a platoon and you don't have to buy the entire formation to be able to field it.
Exactly.
Period. This is the main reason why Karius, you cannot compare it to Wittmann in my perspective. If you compare
No.
it to Wittmann, you're doing something wrong. So Otto Karius, counterattack 2 plus, you reroll all your hits. So basically you will want to do blitzes with this guy. And I think it gives reroll to fail last tens. I also asked in the chat with Waynene if Otokarius can give rerolls to himself. He said yes, he can give rerolls to himself. Because if you read it, if you read the card correct as I've read it first, when another unit leader, so another unit leader is within 6 inches and line of sight of this unit leader, all right? So it absolutely talks about the other unit leader. The other unit leader, again, so the other unit leader may reroll failed last stand rolls. So he's not. We're not talking about. They're not saying all unit leaders in 16 inches of this guy, in 6 inches of this hero can reroll. So basically, the other unit leader can reroll. It will be a big nerf for the Karius because he will not be able to give rerolls to himself.
No,
And
but
and
it's like doesn't normal tigers they only leave on 2 plus or 1, isn't it? Or is it just the SS that does that? Normally last stand on 2 plus, isn't it? The tigers.
they last stand on 2 plus, but you roll
Yeah.
once. And
Yeah, I
if
know
you
what you're
roll
talking
a
about.
one, you really want to have a reroll for that one, you know.
Yeah,
And
sure, especially if it's an expensive unit. But the thing is, let's say you have both Sauken and you have Otokarius in your force, then you can have Otto like doing the dance of death with all the other pesky units such as Achilles or IS2s or stuff like that. Like especially against the Achilles, they will have a hard time dealing with him
yeah, yeah, yeah.
because they can only shoot 90 and he can shoot 100, and then he can just stay behind a building and with Sauken go back and forth, taking out the Achilles, or you just continuously keep him on 100 centimeters and shoot at the Achilles
Yeah.
because they only can
Uh,
shoot 90.
Sauron is already correcting you that you cannot have two warriors in your formation.
Oh, you can't.
Yeah.
Oh, that's crap.
He
It used
really,
to be like that.
he
Why
really,
is it like that?
he really reads
Give the
the
Germans some love, man.
exactly. He really reads the rules. You know. I mean, this guy.
Yeah,
All right.
yeah. But it's like I never use warriors. I have one warrior in my list.
You use Atkins.
Yeah,
Atkins.
but that's just one, so it never came up to me that I wanted to. But thanks for the heads up, sir.
Yeah, exactly. The other guy, which is Albert Kersker, the
Kersha.
Kersher, the unit leader may reroll all fail rolls to hit each time he shoots. So, um, what I'm saying, what I mean, if you take Karius and Kersher, yeah, if you take these guys, then Karius can give reroll to Kersher because you'll take Kersher as platoon command, let's say,
Yeah,
and Autocarius can give rerolls to all unit commanders, but he's the unit leader Carius, I think. If you take
yeah,
him,
yeah.
if you take
But
him,
I think that if you want to bring them both, I'd say you bring and now to do it. There I say four tigers, like two vehicles in each platoon, so you have two units that can reroll your hits.
so
Two separate tanks.
take Kersher in one. Yeah, if you're playing like for example, if you want to play the famous six tigers or five tigers list that I will surely make out of this book,
Yeah.
you can play this. Yeah, so as my good friend points out, you can take this and this, but I think you need to keep them in the same platoon.
No,
So
it
this
doesn't say
car
that
may
on the
take
card.
an addition in addition to Autocarius. If taken with Autocarius, one of these unit's Tiger tank teams uses the rules. So
Okay, yeah, okay, yeah,
one
okay.
of the unit's Tiger tank teams uses the rule above, but is not the unit leader. So you can, which is instead Autocarius. So basically, you cannot take it on another. You cannot put him as like as you said.
Yeah, you can put him on a second platoon. I just thought that could do that. But if you take both of them, let's say, and you buy 24 points worth of tigers, and you add Sauken and him, you almost have 40 points for reserve. Then you can have like your no, not your regi, like some AA or something in reserve, and then you can have two clutch units that come in, like one clutch unit that comes in and can reroll from the start of his arrival, and that is really nice.
Yeah, but still, it's only four shots of 80-14, and I don't think they will make that much difference. I don't think that we're going to see Autocarius that much into competitions and into tournaments, um, because there it really matters. You know, the amount of fire you can put out basically
Yeah, yeah.
by turn 3 or 4 in a competitive game. You already lost or won. You cannot like re-rolls. You cannot play 10 rounds and see what's going on, because
No, no, no.
if you play 10 rounds, then you either playing against a very poor defender because he will only like to defend for a maximum of 7 turns. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
if
yeah,
he
yeah, for sure.
gives you 10 turns, to shoot at him, then he's a bad defender. So basically, this is not how it's going to happen. Guys, we will leave the formations for another, let's say, moment, and we will be back with them.
Yeah,
And I
for
will
sure we're gonna talk
we're
about
gonna
him
talk
next
about
week.
them again, yes, next week, because I will have to also drop in a formation, a list for ongoing tournament we're probably going to have, but that's we will see how that happens. Now now I just need to move us a little bit because it's a
Yeah,
very beautiful terrain that we're going to showcase to you guys now. And
yeah. And the thing is, next week I have been playing some games this Saturday, and we will test out the new Bagration stuff. And I think that both me and Theo are gonna. I just made this up now. We're gonna make a list for the
yeah,
next time,
yeah,
and then we're gonna flame each other's lists.
yeah,
So stay tuned for some banter about lists that we are bringing.
exactly.
So Theo will take his like point of view on a competitive list, and I will do the same.
Exactly. Very, very good idea. All right. So now we have on the screen some dirty roads, or are they markets, or what are they?
Yeah. First of all, let me go back to something we talked about a few shows ago. At the Danish tournaments here in Denmark, the level of the tables and the standard, let's say, is tremendously high, and it has really improved over the last 2 years, 3 years or so. And it started when I said that we should have some terrain competitions. I know people have been making beautiful terrain despite this, but I can see at the tournaments that the level of terrain is improving a lot. And it's because that now, at least when I host a tournament, we have a prize for the best made terrain. And my good friend Morten, who's also on the Danish GTC team, when he hosts a tournament, he does the same. And this guy Jens is a friend of mine. Basically, everybody knows him in the community, and he's really good at making terrain. And he takes into account that the devil lies in the detail. So he'll make small uh, telephone poles and little road signs and stuff like that. And what you're seeing here is that he's creating what is going to be a river with a bridge across. And I asked him about whether or not I was allowed to share his pictures because I just thought that it was so great, and that is also like a big aspect of the game because you want to have aesthetics on the table, but it still has to be playable. So the correct amount of terrain is very important to have an enjoyable game. And when you want to spend 3 hours playing, you want to look at something cool. So let's say you spend a lot of time on your army, you want to take cool pictures of it, especially on a nice looking table, so you can safeguard those moments where you had that lucky kill of a tiger with your bazooka, or you hit with your airplane in a clutch moment and stuff like that. But if you keep going to the next slide, Gio,
Uh, whoop, whoop. All right. Yeah.
there's this is like step by step of him making the river.
All right. Yeah. It's like what, you know.
Hmm.
So that's where the
So
bridge comes.
yeah, and he's like adding an embankment and stuff because I don't know whether Jens made it in regards to the river crossing mission, but this particular like terrain piece
Feature. Yeah.
is feature is brilliant for the river crossing mission. And as you can see here, he added the bridge, uh, and as I can tell by the pictures that Jens sent me, is that he's modeling it in step by step and trying to fit it continuously, like doing small adjustments.
What
Uh,
can you tell me where did he get those forests from?
or I no, I can't remember where he gets it from, but I think there's something called Dioramascape or something from Italy that makes brilliant terrain stuff. Otherwise, you can buy a lot of things from like the ones that have collectible railroad
Mm-hmm.
train sets. A lot of those shops have cheap uh,
Yeah, but
trees and
not not
shrubs
f-
and
not
stuff like that.
forests, and I really particularly like this forest that you can remove the trees and put your armies inside
Yeah.
and go ahead about them. So we have Jens Severin is this guy here in the chat with us, yeah?
Oh yeah, he said it was specifically for the river crossing mission. Yeah.
Exactly.
And one other cool thing to
Very
point out,
nice terrain, yes, and
yeah,
Jens,
if you go back to the picture of
the river.
where the forests were at, you can see that Jens, like everybody else, he uses doormats for cornfields, but he chops them up into to little bits or little like a puzzle, so you can remove sections of
Oh yeah, yeah,
the
of the
hayfield,
hayfields,
so
yeah.
you can actually stick your tank inside.
Nice,
Yeah.
nice. Yeah, that's a nice feature. Nice feature. Now we have houses. Are these houses homemade?
But the woodland scenics are amateurs flocked. Okay, so yeah, I think Jens he made it himself. He created the trees himself with flock and yeah, whatnot. Jens, keep us updated. I think he's been sitting waiting for us to finally do this.
Yeah,
Yeah,
this revealing, let's say. You change the position. So I will change our position.
yeah.
Bam. There you go.
And you can see here
Nice.
Jens created the little telephone poles, and it gives such nice like feeling to the game that like it feels like a real battlefield, or
I
like if
I
you're playing a
I
national video
I I
game. The
so
level
I
of detail is so high.
I so much like the flock on the actual mat, you know? It's
Yeah.
absolutely fabulous. Yeah, Helge, we're reading it. I mean, I just said hello to Jens. So don't be mad on us. All right.
And then he used I don't know if the picture's in here, but Jens he made the water with resin. I don't know if it's a two
I-
component resin or it's just like one component resin, but that gives like a really cool water effect. You can use still water also from Vallejo, but with
it's not it's
the
not the
resin.
same effect, I'm telling you, because I tried to use the still water thing, and it's not as nice as this one. I really like it. You can see
Yeah.
the river flowing, and yeah, it's absolutely fabulous. Very
And
nice.
and also the pontoon bridge is really nice.
Yeah, yeah, it's absolutely nice, absolutely wonderful, Jens. Uh, look the hayfields. Oh my God, it looks fabulous. I mean,
Yeah, the stacked hay, yeah, it's
with the
perfect.
stacked hay that you can put things out of this. So like we can see this lazy Russian. He didn't pull out
The
the
crops.
the crops, yeah, to put the tanks in. But it's absolutely very nice, Jens. Very nice.
Yeah,
So
if you want to top it, Jens, you should leave some civilians like in front of the haystacks, and then people can use their imaginations why they're standing next to that. It might be a girl and a farmer's boy.
exactly. Thank you very much, Jens. Thank you very much, Kristyan, for this very nice.
Oh, it's all Jens's glory here. I just wanted to share it on the stream because
Yeah, yeah.
he's been winning the terrain competitions twice now at the latest two, the
He's
last two tournaments in Denmark.
he's kicking your
So
butt there.
yeah,
Yeah, way to go, my friend. I will go to our last point for tonight, which is anecdote time. I will
yeah,
also move the slide to the anecdote because I think this is what's next. This guy. Okay, I'm putting you here. So 12, the 12th man. Right.
Yeah.
What is this all about?
Yeah, it was, the last few times I've been talking about audiobooks and books I've been reading about the Second World War. And especially, this is a huge deal to me, and I know a lot of the guys in Denmark are really, especially at the tournaments, like they want to have the feel of being a commander during the Second World War. So, and the historical aspect is huge for me when I play the game, as much as I love playing competitive. So, but tonight I wanted to talk about a movie I just saw, and it's about a Norwegian commando unit. A lot of Norwegians, fled from Norway when it was occupied in 1940. A lot of the people they were out on sea in the merchant fleet. They joined up in the Norwegian brigade, which was under English command, and some of them also joined up for the SOE or the regular commandos. And the story is about these 12 Norwegian commandos that uh, are sent to Norway on a fishing boat with the entire storage compartment stocked full of TNT and Sten guns and explosive detonators and machine guns and secret radios and stuff. And they're disguised as fishermen, and then they sail across the North Sea all the way to Norway. And as they are to approach the coast, they have been briefed that they have a contact that they need to link up with in Norway that is going to help them out, ashore and keep their stash hidden and stuff. But as they get ashore, uh, it's the wrong guy that is located at the house because he had been captured by the SS, as I recall. And the other guy that's in the house is like saying, "Have you heard about like the Norwegian guys comes ashore and they asked the wrong guy, say, have you seen, let's say, Mr. Christensen? No, 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 he moved a long time ago." And then as they leave, they can tell that there's something fishy about this guy. And he phones the local mayor that contacts the Germans because he's fond of the Germans. So they send out a patrol boat to intercept this fishing boat. And all these 12 Norwegian commando guys, they managed to set the charges to explode. And as the fuse is burning down, they're getting fired upon from this German patrol boat, and they all jump aboard in freezing temperatures. It's because it's during the spring in Norway in February, March, and they are, hypothermic when they reach the shore, and the Germans are having a interception unit located there as well, and they are trying to flee the scene, but because there's so much confusion, they didn't see the 12th guy, Jan Balsrud, as I think he's called, and he manages to escape like for a few hundred meters before they see him, and they start firing upon him. And accidentally, he lost one of his boots when he jumped across into the water from the boat. And unfortunately, the foot with no boot on it, that is bare feet or barefoot, is being hit by a round from a German gun. And obviously now he's wounded, and they shoot off his big toe. And he's running through the snow, and they can see a blood trail and stuff. And through this entire movie, he's fleeing across Norway and trying to reach neutral Sweden. And he's getting a lot of help from the local population that is not very fond of the Germans. And at one point, he needs to amputate like the stump of his big toe and the toes next to it by himself when he's lying in a cabin, being hidden by the local authorities or the local population. And I don't want to spoil the entire movie, but it's on Netflix, and you should go and watch it. But let's say it involves a very crazy, escape scene, which includes reindeer, a sled, and a lot of Germans, and it's crazy. And when you see the movie, it's all based on a true story, and they've been very, particular taking into considerations that it had to be as accurate as possible, like in regards to his memory. He died in 1988, uh,
This guy.
and was awarded a lot of medals, and he said that
Now I have a movie to go watch tonight.
yeah, and he said that the medals he got, during his tour in Norway, he dedicated them to all the guys that helped him out. And yeah, it's a brilliant movie, and it actually has Rhys Meyers, the actor that plays the king in The Tutors.
Oh
He's
yeah,
acting in German,
nice,
and
nice.
he's not dubbed or anything. He's actually speaking German and doing a great effort in sounding like a German SS officer.
Nice.
Uh, so if you have 2 hours that you need to kill, go and watch The 12th Man. And
I have about 5 more days.
yeah, it's a brilliant movie about tremendous amount of let's say courage, glory, and yeah, in hard times in Norway. It's really cool movie.
All
So
right.
that's tonight's anecdote. It's both a review. I'm planning on actually getting the book as an audiobook so I can hear it, because obviously not all details can be included in a 2 hour movie. But what a guy, fleeing across Norway, upper Norway, and near Tromsø, which is like in the northern part of Norway, where
It's very cold.
there's this, yeah, and the snow smell melts. Uh, First, I think they're completely free of snow in May or June or something like
All
that.
right. Yeah.
So,
Well, actually, here it snowed today here, so basically we're getting close to that. All
and
right.
I can hear that I'm starting to having some slip of the tongue because we've been speaking English for so long too. So I think it's
Yeah,
that we're now.
it's time for us to put a nail to the coffin and shut this episode of almost 2 hours now. But hey, we had a book to review. We still have formations to review for you guys. And as Kristyan said, next time we will both make our competitive formations out of this book and bring them to the discussion point and see how the best lists compare and what's meta, let's say, or what we as competitive players would like to try out and see how it goes with everything. Thank you very much, Kristyan, for sticking up with me. Thank you guys for staying with us. I miss you guys a lot. I really hope we'll be able to play some games ASP, if not remotely. Maybe just try and meet you guys when this is all over. We're currently approaching, so as I will be exiting my quarantine, my COVID quarantine, probably the city is gonna get into full quarantine. So yeah, that's how it is. More time for me to paint and do crazy stuff. I just bought a lot of material to make roads and fields and hills and stuff like that. I will keep you guys posted on everything. Yes, Kristyan.
Now you've seen the standard from Jens, so I expect nothing less than that too.
Oh my God. That's very far away. Thank you guys. Take care. Have a good evening. Have a good day. And don't forget, if you like this, if you like our stream and what we're doing, please give us a subscribe. Give us maybe a like to what we're doing right here, and so we know that this is the way to go, and basically give you guys better and more quality in our live streams. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Kristyan.